Winston Churchill once said of Russia that it was a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. And this weekend's events merely affirm this statement. Well, here's the riddle. When is a coup not a coup? Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine over a year ago, expecting to rule from Donetsk to the Carpathian Mountains and to be cheered by the people. But what he found instead was a defiant Ukrainian population whose national identity is now stronger and more united than ever. It put up an immense resistance to the holder of the world's largest nuclear arsenal. Putin had forgotten that Fabergé eggs do not hatch. And with Britain leading the way, Western nations came together to support Ukraine financially and militarily in its pursuit of territorial integrity and self-determination. Since the invasion, tens of thousands of Russian soldiers have lost their lives, and it is clearly taking its toll. And now, matters are worse for the Russian president. On Friday evening, the Wagner mercenary group, led by Yevgeny Prigozhin, invaded Russia. A column of armoured vehicles left Ukraine and entered Russia before arriving in Rostov-on-Don, a city of more than 1 million people. Prigozhin vowed to lead his unit to Moscow if his demands weren't met. And so they went in an exhilarating 24-hour period, getting as close to the capital as nearly 150 miles. To put this in context, this is similar to the distance between London and Taunton. It led to the Russian forces setting up barricades outside Moscow. But dramatically, Prigozhin reversed course, ordering his men back to their camps in Ukraine. He himself fled into exile in Belarus. For the first time since 1942, at the Battle of Moscow, the Russian capital faced urban warfare, except this time from a creation of its own mercenary army. This weekend surely is a pivotal point in the conflict. The mercenaries were welcomed in Rostov unchallenged. People took selfies with them and their tanks. It exposed the weakness of the Russian state and perhaps we hope marks the beginning of the end. It is certainly the greatest threat to Putin's leadership in his 23-year reign. It was famously said that the Russian constitution is absolutism tempered by assassination, and this was clearly an attempt to get rid of Putin. He has survived today, but is he finding the writing is on the Kremlin wall? As always, I want to know what you think. Email me at mailmog@gbnews.